Okay, so just recently, one of our followers mentioned to me that people see Polynesians as Africans, like Polynesians are from Africa, like they originate from Africa. Initially, I didn't agree with her, I'm thinking that, there could be some African DNA in a Polynesian. Polynesians may have mixed with Africans and vice versa. Other than that, I don't think Polynesians originate from Africa. But again, I may be wrong. So, what do you think, Simi? What is your take on this?
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. Just for clarification, all right, those who don't know Polynesians are classified from Hawaii, island group of Hawaii, to Aotearoa, which is New Zealand, to Rapa Nui, which is the Eastern Islands. And all the island clusters within that triangle are considered to be Polynesians, all right? And just because we share a lot of the same traditions and language similarities and culture, pretty much, right? I was always taught, that we're a mix of a lot of people, that we're probably the end of the line of a lot of human civilization and human migration, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you could find in our blood, right, traces of Native Americans, Asians, Africans, all of that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You can find those traces, like those, that mix, right? But my question is a pure Polynesian, like a pure blooded Polynesian,
Uh,
does he or she originate from Africa, like from Africa, like
that's
where are
a
Polynesians from?
it's an interesting subject. I think the most prominent view from archaeologists is that we come from parts of Southeast Asia and Australasia mixed together, and those guys come from Africa. So there's a lot of strong influence there. Like if you know Fijians, they share a lot of culture with Samoans and Tongans, but they're considered Melanesians, right? And they're more from that Austronesian migration, darker skinned people.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of melanin, we have a lot of dark skinned Polynesians. We have a lot of similar traits with a lot of Africans as well. If you go to the islands, we got a lot of mix of different kind of people. You
Hmm.
got people with straight hair, people with kinky hair, right? You got people with really dark skin. You got people that are really light skin. You know, and there's a lot of things and evidences that prove that we're from both places. They take pottery back from different parts of Asia, and they also take migration routes. And the voyage of Kontiki proved that it could come from Americas, traveling out through Samoa and distributing through Tonga and all these different
You see,
islands.
that's what I wanted to say because I had to do my research, and the closest thing that I found out was that you guys may have traveled from America. Like you guys are probably ancient Americans. If you read, I don't know, a lot of people might not agree with me, but being LDS, if you read the Book of Mormon, you remember the people of Hagoth
Yeah,
that left America and traveled north and traveled west, like different part of the world. I think you guys may have been a part of the people of Hagoth that left America and probably settled on the South Pacific. But again, this is something that a lot of people may not agree with. This is my own thought.
yeah,
Don't
it's
come
very
for me.
possible. It's very possible, and very possible that they came out this way and they mixed with other people coming from
Yes,
Asia, other people
yes,
coming from the Austronesian
yes.
side through Africa and everything. So it's very possible that we're a mix of all those things.
All of the things. Yeah.
Yeah. There's just too many links to us in a lot of different places to say that we come from just one particular place. I would say, right? You got the people in the native inhabitants of the Puerto Ricans islands, the native inhabitants of Puerto Rican islands, right there, called the Taino, right? And then that's very similar to a lot of Polynesian languages, Kaino, are the elderly or ancient people, you know what I mean? And Hawaiians and all of the Polynesian Tahitians, we all have so many things that are so similar. In fact, I grew up, my dad taught me that Polynesians all used to be the same. When the first sailors come from Europe, they noted that they thought that we were all the same people.
Mm.
Maybe that Tongans, Samoans, Maori people are
Yeah,
all the
that would
same,
make
same people.
sense. That
And
would
then
make
Polynesian
sense.
really is a European word. Poly mean many, right?
Mm.
And Nesian probably means some kind of island or something like that.
Mhm.
But everyone has a common belief of where they come from, like Kanaka Maoli, right?
Mhm.
Tangata, Kanaka. All these words mean people or like real people, authentic people. So we all know ourselves as people of the islands, and we probably all came from the same place, or we're all the same people. Even Samoans like say they came from the sun in some of
Yeah.
the, it's very possible that they believe that they were there forever. They didn't come from anywhere. right?
But you mean, like, see, you guys believe yourselves to be voyagers, like you guys
Yeah,
sail the sea always. You guys are travelers. So I think, in the course of you guys travel, you guys go mix with all these other
yeah,
races and all that.
yeah,
And I think you guys, your sailing still puts me back to the people of Hagar,
yeah,
because most of those generation of the people of Polynesia were probably born on sea. I don't know. We would humbly ask and respectfully ask if you have a different opinion than what we're saying, or if you actually do really know more about the Polynesian history. We'd love to hear from you. Please share with us. My people will say that human beings are just like water. We're just like the ocean. One way or the other, we have mixed up and parted, you know. So I think that's just how it. I think one, because now look at me, all the way from Africa, Nigeria, a tribe, Igbo tribe. I share a lot of similarities with my husband's Tongan side, It's crazy, and I just
yeah,
feel like somehow we've all mixed up and we've all, parted and went our own separate ways and started up our own race or our own
yeah.
tribe or something.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, just a lesson we learned from us and for our kids is that, the beautiful parts of our culture we share with each other,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Like artists like what's his name, Godfrey, the comedian, and the guy that made Bambi. They really love Polynesian tattoos and they integrate it with African stuff like that.
Yeah.
They love Samoan tattoos. Is the best parts of our culture, the things that we keep sacred, that we perpetuate, and that we share and we preserve within ourselves too.
Since you mentioned tattoo, if you haven't seen an African tattoo, look it up and try to create something. Mix it up with a Polynesian tattoo. It's gonna be tight. I
That
wish I can get
that's what
tattoos.
what's his name, Jidena?
Jidena,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what he has. He made one like that.
Yeah, we met the Igbo and
Yeah,
Poly tattoo.
yeah.
Oh,
He
that's
he started off
tight.
with Samoan design and then he mixed it to Igbo
Igbo.
design.
That's
Yeah,
cool.